Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Jujutsu Kaisen Season 1, Episode 21. Today I'm gonna watch 2 episodes of this anime. If you don't know it, I'm binge watching this anime. If you want to see all of my reaction videos for it, with all of the videos into the chronological order, I made a playlist on YouTube for it. You can find the link for that playlist right there into the eye. I made a playlist also on my Patreon, if you can be interested, because yes, I have a Patreon, and on Patreon you have a lot of advantages. You have 4 episodes of advance, meaning 2 weeks of advance, and you have also these reaction videos with the full reaction part, meaning that you have my reactions and my thoughts to the entire episode each time. It's with the level 3 on my Patreon, 4 reaction part, full opacity, 4 episodes of advance. If you can be interested to support me, to help me, because I'm a little reactor, I'm really not considered at all by YouTube. So if you want to help me, to support me, even if it's just for 1 month, even if it's just for the time of this anime, you have the link for my Patreon on the description. Also, yes, don't worry, I know about the movie that I have to watch between the season 1 and the season 2. Don't worry, I'm gonna watch it, I'm gonna react to it. And yes, on my Patreon it's gonna be the same for the movie. You're gonna have the full reaction part for my reaction video about it, with the level 3 also. Yes, as you can see, I'm blocked right there on my couch, because if I'm going normally, that's it. I can't see you, you can't see me, that's awful. So for some minutes I'm gonna stay here, you know. During this intro I'm not gonna move, I'm gonna stay right there. I think that it's better like that. So you can see me, I can see you, everything is alright. You know, I could try to close my blind, but it's so shiny that you would see lights, you know, through my blinds, and I would have a lot of little lights like that on my face, so no. And also we are into really the middle of winter, so each time that it's really sunny like that, I'm letting the sun in, because it's warming all of my apartment. So far, guys, I didn't turn my heat on. Never. Not even a single day. I'm proud of myself. I don't know if I should be proud or a little ashamed, but at the same time I'm surviving, and I didn't I didn't turn sick at any moment, so far so good. But I have that advantage to live into the south of France, to be with my apartment turned to south, so really when it's shiny like that, in fact, it's warming up all of my apartment, so it's really great. Okay, all of that being said, we're gonna go back into Jujutsu Kaisen. We're gonna go back, I don't know into what, because normally we were supposed to be into that cool exchange event with everyone, you know, being in competition and all. That was changed, but because of the principal of the other school deciding to target Yuji to kill him, so that it was already a big change, you know, something important which happened into that event, that contest. And in fact, they had also a lot of cursed spirits, you know, a lot of people attacking right there at the same moment to steal Sukuna's fingers, and Mahito managed to do it, so that it's really bad. But at the end, like, are we gonna go back to that school exchange event? Are they gonna go back to that competition between school? Are we gonna just move on to the second second game? Like, can they truly continue things after that? The level of security of that event, I'm a little worried about it. You have to be more careful if you really want to continue that event, you have to be really careful. But see, that's why I don't know what they're gonna do right now. If they're gonna continue the contest, or they're gonna investigate on what happened, and for what reason, and who was involved, and you know, everything that it meant. Are they gonna just move on and maybe in fact it's gonna be the beginning of a new narrative arc, something totally new, like we had, you know, with Junpei, with things like that, like that's it, we're just gonna move on something new. I don't think so for that third option, because of the fact that I have only 4 episodes to watch to end this season 1, so I'm expecting for them to continue in fact with that school exchange event. But again, I have trouble to understand how they can do it after that big attack against every one of them. Like, they were all so close to die, to be killed. Really? We're gonna move on? Just like that? Okay. During the previous episode, we had a lot of Todo and Yuji fighting against that cursed spirit, and that was so cool. Together, they are making such a good team. Again, I really had the impression that Todo was a good trainer for Yuji. Like, it was just an exercise on that fight, but it was really great. I would want to have more about Todo. We had the beginning of a flashback concerning him with that woman who apparently became his mentor. She asked him that question about what do you prefer for girls, and he responded, but he was just a little kid, so it can explain why he evolved like that. Like, I would want to see more. Like, I would want to see more about each of these characters. In fact, each time we have just the beginning of a memory of their background, but then nothing else. So every one of them, for every one of them, it feels unfinished what we discovered. So yes, I would be interested to have more about all of them. In fact, Fushiguro, Nobara, like really all of them. And even Yuji, like Yuji again. Remember that I begin all of that, you know, all of that season 1 being like, how did you discover the first finger again? I find that really suspicious. Maybe you had already a certain ability to find fingers. Maybe you already had a finger inside of you before all of that. I don't know, something is weird, and the fact also that you lost your parents, something is weird. What happened? So see, I want to have more information about each character. Okay, I'm gonna stop this intro right now. Let's go for this episode. Again, if you want, you have my Patreon, on which you can have 4 episodes of Advance, the full opacity, the full reaction part, and it's with the level 3, if you can be interested. Okay guys, let's go for this episode! Okay, that was a fun episode. Not really a complicated one after all of the last episodes, which were about first that contest between the schools and, you know, for the students to target Yuji because they received that instruction to kill him and all, and then with the cursed spirits being helped by some humans attacking that school because they wanted to steal these fingers. This episode felt lighter with the action moments, with truly what happened into it. It was really like almost a filler episode, or just an episode to tell us the consequences of what happened during the previous one. The fact that after that attack they understood that they lost the fingers, that they need to make investigations about it, but also they needed to decide are they gonna continue or not that event. They decided to continue it with the students accepting that. In particular with Todo, who said that he wanted to continue the competition. He used a lot of good words, but clearly we know Todo now, and we know that he just wanted to continue to fight with everyone so he could prove that he's good and better in fact than everyone else. So yes, after that, they're continuing that tournament with a baseball competition. I don't know anything about baseball. Again, I'm French. We're not watching baseball. We're not playing to baseball. I don't know the rules of baseball, so I was really watching them and being like, okay, at least we managed to get the ball, so I suppose that it's okay, because I understood that no one caught it, so normally it's okay. That's what I understood. Well, no matter what, I knew who I had to support, you know, to cheer for, and who was against us. But that, you know, it's more a group battle than individual battles. I thought that the first thing was supposed to be for groups and now for individual things. I'm okay to have in fact another group battle, because I don't think that we can consider that the first event was a success and that really one of the teams won that first thing. I'm not sure of it. So okay, let's go for this one around the baseball moment. That was pretty fun because we had each one of them their presentation with for each one of them a sentence to say a fun fact about them, and each time it was really funny. We saw also all of their personalities in their ways to play to this game, to act, what they said and all, so that was fun. But see, it was really a light mood, a funny mood after all of what happened during the previous episodes, including during the last one, during which I was not, at peace with the situation. Like, I felt really stressed during the previous episode because after what happened to Yoshino, to Junpei, I understood that with this anime I can't be just relaxed watching episodes that in fact each one of them can die pretty easily, pretty quickly also. So during the last episodes I felt anxious, so clearly having this episode right now with all of them just having a baseball game and all, for sure it was fun, it was lighter for the mood and all, that's pretty cool. Todo is considering Yuji as his brother, that's really fun, and I really appreciate their relationship. I never hated him. I thought that he was annoying. I still think that he can be annoying, but I see now the good friend and also the good ally during battle moments that he can be for Yuji. The two of them together can be amazing. And that's what was said also about all of that attack, that these two fighting together against that cursed spirit, it saved a lot of people. So okay, a lot of them they are still not okay with letting Yuji just be a student right there and also just be alive, but at the end he saved a lot of people. His presence might have been a reason why they had that attack and can be dangerous in the future, but at the same time it can be also an advantage for them. At the very beginning we had things about the other side, and I'm wondering about that blonde guy. Okay, he's a human being. Right there he helped Mahito and the others. But how he reacted in front of that big cursed spirit being so hurt. He was not afraid, he didn't want to help. He was interested and he wanted to take advantage of the situation. So I'm really like, no, I don't think that he can switch. But I don't think that is a real big enemy that we have to consider. Maybe I'm making a mistake with that, but that's what I thought. Looking at that scene, at least. All guys, they have someone that they can't question, but I don't think that he knows a lot, in fact, about Mahito and his friends and their plans. But that monk, that kid monk, who is he? I'm not sure that we saw him before, that we had information about him, her, them before. I'm not sure of that. And no matter what, I'm not sure that bald guy, the one that we have, can say more. What are you gonna do with him if we can't have more information from him? You're just gonna keep him into your jail? We had also explanations about how Mahito did it, to have access to the fingers so easily, so quickly. I loved, to have that explanation because yes, after these 4 episodes being about that attack, I was wondering what Mahito was doing, and when we discovered in just one scene, not even 1 minute, that's it, he had access to the fingers, so that's okay, they can escape right now, I was like, so easily, so quickly, what happened? So we had the answers about that. And now, yes, they have the fingers. They have also something else, another cursed object. Can't remember what it was, but for sure it's bad and it can be dangerous in the future. I'm gonna check that again, during the editing, rewatching this episode again during the editing. And also we learned that we lost people during that attack. We didn't see it, but in fact people died. It feels more logical that people died during that attack. Because clearly what we saw of it, none of our guys died. And even if I loved it, it didn't feel logical. So to learn during that little resume that we didn't see it, but some people died, feels more logical. Okay, I'm gonna stop this review right now. I'm gonna watch one more episode today, so it's all for you for this video, and it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Great.